While the great houses bled for power, one woman built a nation on choice. Her legacy forged a realm of queens. Doctors, diplomats and warriors who conquered without invasion. A civilization that wins with grace, not domination. This is the Magistracy of Canopus. BattleTech's Dorne, Naboo and rogue trader dynasty were born among the stars. It all began in 2530 with one woman, Kossandra Centrella, a captain in the Free Worlds League military, who looked at centuries of bloodshed and said, "No more." She fled the Inner Sphere with doctors, dreamers and dissidents, people who wanted to build something better. Beyond the borders of the Inner Sphere, she built a kingdom, not of conquest, but of choice. Because if you're gonna start a rebellion, you might as well do it somewhere with better scenery and better wine. In pop culture terms, the Magistracy is the perfect hybrid. Think Naboo, elegance defended by quiet strength. Think Highgarden and Dorne, proud, independent, shaped by women who ruled with wit, grace and quiet fury. And think the rogue traders of Warhammer 40k. Wealthy, stylish, and utterly unbound by imperial chains. The Canopians share all of it. Freedom, flair, and the courage to survive on their own terms. The Magistracy is powerful not because of armies, but because it built something worth defending. Women lead most of the institutions. Art and science are sacred. Medicine here rivals even the Star League's golden age. While others perfected the art of destruction, the Canopians perfected the art of living. It's also one of the freest societies within the universe, politically, socially, and romantically. The Capellans call it decadent. The Canopians call it Tuesday. But never mistake refinement for weakness. Behind every Canopian diplomat is a mind as sharp as a vibroblade, and a battle mech polished to a mirror's edge. To the Canopians, appearance isn't vanity, it's strategy. The Magistracy doesn't win wars with numbers, it wins them with balance. When the great houses throw mechs at every problem, the Canopians learned restraint. Armor and infantry strike first, scouting, harassing, bleeding the enemy dry, before the battle mechs ever step in. It's a doctrine born out of necessity. When you can't afford to lose a Shadowhawk, you make sure every tank crew, every trooper earns their pay first. Every engagement was planned like an art piece. Precise, deliberate, resourceful. The MAF, the Magistracy Armed Forces, became masters of combined arms warfare. Armor cracking the stone before mechs struck like a hammer. Small, efficient, poetic. Meanwhile, the Federated Suns send 10 mechs to make a point, and 3 of them forget what the point was halfway through the drop. After 3025, everything changed. Trade and defense pacts with the Taurian Concordat and later the Capellan Confederation brought factories, resources, and innovation. The Taurians offered engineers, shared production methods, and supply chain stability the Periphery hadn't seen in centuries. In return, the Canopians opened their medical academies and shipyards, sharing advances in genetics, trauma medicine, and transport logistics. Then came the Trinity Alliance, the pact that bound the Magistracy to the Capellan Confederation and the Taurian Concordat, and with it, a quiet revolution in steel. The Capellans were shrewd partners. When they sent Canopian units to fight proxy wars, those mechs didn't come back the same. They came back rebuilt, with new armor composites, advanced fire control systems, and fresh refits that turned aging machines into modern war art. Some said the Capellans were generous, others knew better. It was an investment. By 3067, nearly a third of their battle mechs were brand new. Agile Anubis scouts, martial command mechs, and refined refits of the old heroes, the Stinger and Shadowhawk. Even with newfound power, they never became reckless. Their doctrine stayed elegant, balanced between power and preservation, because to the Canopians, every pilot mattered. Every mech was a masterpiece of purpose, never a tool to waste. But the Magistracy isn't just a place, it's the women who defined it. Kossandra Centrella, the founder who turned refusal into legacy. A soldier who became a visionary. She built her realm on choice, not conquest, and proved that freedom could be stronger than fear. Centrella, the scandalous ruler whose court politics made the Lannisters look like amateurs. She turned her throne into a stage, weaving diplomacy and indulgence so tightly that no one could tell where pleasure ended and policy began. Her reign was chaos and charm in equal measure, a reminder that power in Canopus could seduce as easily as it could command. Centrella, the reformer, rebuilding what her mother nearly destroyed. She brought the nation back from decadence, restoring its alliances and rebuilding its pride. Under her, the Magistracy became both a partner and a player, trading silk and starship hulls with equal precision. And today, Magistrix Naomi Centrella-Liao, balancing independence and diplomacy with the grace of a knife dancer. Through marriage to the Capellan Chancellor, she forged a bridge between empires, ruling with charm as her armor and intelligence as her blade. Through every alliance and betrayal, the Magistracy endured, not by force, but by finesse, because their greatest power was never military, it was cultural. Their strength lies in what it creates. They built the finest medical academies, the sharpest intelligence networks, and an entertainment industry that could outshine the Lyran's entire economy. Their influence spreads through charisma, compassion, and commerce. Soft power wrapped in satin. And when they do fight, they fight like surgeons. Measured, precise, impossibly composed. If the battlefield were a ballroom, the Canopians would be leading, and their enemies would just be trying not to step on anyone's toes. The Magistracy of Canopus. Beautiful, brilliant, and deadly. A civilization that proved compassion can coexist with strength, and elegance can survive in a galaxy built on war. The softest hands holding the sharpest blades. If the Inner Sphere is a battlefield of empires, the Magistracy is its masterpiece. Would you live, fight, or rule in Canopus? Let me know, and remember, in the Periphery, queens don't just rule, they reign in style. Till next time, Mech Warrior.